Ladies and gentlemen, welcome you all for the last session of this program on expressions in Tableau. Our guest today is a distinct personality. He's a true symbol and embodiment of IFET spirit. Dear professors, we are pleased to welcome our notable alumnus and valedictorian, Mr. Ranjit Kumar, Assistant Vice President, Citigroup, to this session. Let me introduce our chief guest for the session, Mr. Ranjit Kumar, Assistant Vice President, Citigroup. Mr. Ranjit is a grad in Computer Science and Engineering with more than 10 years of experience. He currently works for the Citigroup as an Assistant Vice President, Digital Application Services and Strategic Information Security Program. He has a well-rounded professional experience in strategy and operations, budget management, and enterprise information asset security. In his career, he has had the opportunity to collaborate with Castery Technologies, Cognizant, Infosys, and Microsoft. He's a certified project management practitioner. He's also a certified professional in COBIT, TOGAF, ethical hacking, and vulnerability management. It's really an honor to have you with us today, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today, sir.
To all the participants, my name is Ranjit Kumar, and I'm an ex-alumni of IFET Engineering College. And to be more detailed about my profile, so currently I am working as an Assistant Vice President for the Application Security Management and Strategy Group for Citicorp Services India Private Limited, Chennai. You can able to hear me, right?
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir. It's clear.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah. So to begin with Tableau, so I just started Tableau from the last year because like Tableau is having a very high sort of an expectations in the market. So Tableau is not only used for the data analysis. So basically we can use Tableau anywhere across any business. So for today, I'm just planning to cover these few topics, and to set the agenda right for you all, I'm just going to touch base with the basics of the expressions, and let us also see some basic refresher of Tableau. And we will start with touching the basics of calculations, and then we'll move into level of detailed expressions, which is LOD. And then we are having some types of LOD expressions. We can also cover them, and we can see how an LOD expression should be written in Tableau. And then we can just move on to the workbook demos. Yeah. So let us make this session interactive. So what all have you learned when it comes to Tableau? Hello. Okay, let's do an fresh up. So yeah, so what does this particular area which shows the graph is termed as in Tableau? Any idea? It's sort of a quiz.
It's a stacked bar chart.
No, I'm not asking about the type of the chart. So there is an area which is displaying this particular chart, right? So what do you technically term this particular space which displays your chart?
Sheets. Worksheet.
Okay. So this particular area is termed as view, because you can view anything in this particular space, in this white space. Got it? So this particular space in Tableau is technically termed as view. And the sheets are these tabs which you can find just above the status bar in the Tableau window. Okay. And what is the technical terminology for this columns and rows in Tableau? Any idea?
Dimensions and measures.
That is right, but that is a perfect term to coin out. So all these windows over here are termed as shelves. Okay, this column is termed as a shelf, this row is termed as a shelf, and this page filters is termed as a shelf. Okay, and within shelf, you can include dimensions and measures to create your data visualization. Clear? Okay, so let us come over here. Then the measures and dimensions which you include into the shelves are termed as pills. So for example, these dimensions which are added into the rows, into the row shelf, is coined as pills basically. And does Tableau use data types? Since this is just ending of your session, I think like all are sleeping. What is happening? So does Tableau use data types? Yes, they do use data types. So if you could see over here, if you could scroll and place your mic mouse over in this particular small icon. So these are nothing but these are data type representation of your dimension. So this order ID is a string, and that's why it is represented as ABC over here. This order date is a calendar view which might contain year, week, and dates, and that's the reason it is this icon is represented as a calendar. So yes, the Tableau also uses data types. Clear? So what all are the major data types that Tableau uses? You can refer to this particular table. So any string values would be represented as ABC icon. Any date values in Tableau will be represented using a calendar icon. Any date and time values in Tableau will be represented using an calendar by including an clock icon. Any numeric values in Tableau will be represented using an hash icon. Any Boolean values in Tableau will be represented using this true or false icon. In the same way, geographic values will be represented using a globe icon, and a cluster of groups will be represented using this particular symbol. Okay, next question is, what is meant by a dimension and what is meant by a measure? So we all have seen till now that what is meant by a view, what is a shelf, what is pills, what is data type that are used in Tableau. And my next question to the group would be, what is meant by dimensions and what is meant by a measure? Any guesses? You can also view my presentation and just throw your ideas.
So it is a features or it may be an attribute or it may be a variable.
Aha, just don't think that much complex. So in an Excel worksheet, what you'll be seeing is rows and columns, right? So in general, data visualization is nothing but interpreting your values or your data values from database to a visualization chart. So the core basics here is to just look how a relational database is arranged. So here dimensions are nothing but your column, we can interpret as dimensions as column names in Excel, and measures as the values which we have in the cell. Am I clear? So let us see that here. So if you just click in the data source, whatever you see in the column that is in your top of your column are dimensions. Order ID is a dimension, order date is a dimension, shipping date is a dimension, shipping mode is a dimension, and so on. And the values which a particular cell contain are measures. Anyone having any doubts in this? Okay. Now I believe like you all are clear with what is a dimension and what is a measure. So let's brush up some basics on calculations. So when do we use calculations in Tableau, and why should we use calculations in Tableau? What is the need to use calculations in a Tableau? Answers, please.
When we want to create some subcategories of data.
Can you please repeat?
When you want to create some subcategory of data, or you want to make it some group of data.
Sir, when we want to perform statistical operations on the measures, measures on the.
That's right. That's right. But we can also define this in a very basic term. So what is meant by an addition? It is a calculation. So what is meant by a subtraction? It is also an arithmetic calculation, right? So whenever you just want to execute any sort of arithmetic or a logical operations on your data, then you make use of calculations. So my next question would be, does the calculated field in Tableau impact your data source? So let us, no?
Yes, obviously it will impact, it will create a new column.
Okay. That's a partial understanding. So basically, once after plugging in your data source to Tableau, whatever calculations that you execute in Tableau stays within Tableau. It will never impact your data source. Data source is nothing but your database or your database table. Okay, so whatever calculations you execute within Tableau stays within Tableau. It will never impact your source data table. And that is the most important point that this group should understand. Okay, and how do you create a calculated field? I think like you all know by this time, to create a calculated field, you have to click on the analysis tab and you have to create a calculated field. So do you all know how much types of calculations can be executed within Tableau? So we don't have limits to it. You can do whatever you want. You can just play around it within Tableau, because like Tableau is like a sea. You have to dive it. You have to practice each and every functions to become an expert. Okay, now we come to the most interesting concept, level of expressions. So before beginning with my provided topic, there is an technical term named as level of depth in visualization. Level of depth in visualization. So what is meant by a level of depth or level of detail of visualization? So consider this particular graph. So according to Tableau, there are certain parameters that we have to consider. So let us say the most important function within Tableau is aggregation, dimensions, measures. Okay, and another virtual parameter is granularity. So granularity is nothing but to what depth do you want to execute your calculations is termed as granularity. So within Tableau, whatever you see in the view comes above this particular level of detail line, that is like dimension 1, 2, 3. All these comes above the level of detail line. So whenever you want to execute some calculations at the data source end, and if you want to bring those to the level of view, then we make use of this level of expressions, calculations. So let us jump into the Tableau desktop. Just give me a minute. Okay. So over here, whatever you click and drag, are nothing but the dimensions which are above the level of visualization. Okay. Suppose if I want to know how much category have been sold out, just give me a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag this category over here in column shelf, and I'm going to drag the measure sum of sales in rows. And you can change this graph to a line, or you can also change this to a table with the help of the show me option. Okay. So let us also include one more dimension, which is subcategory. Okay, so whatever you click and drag in the rows or column shelves in Tableau will be a part of level of view. Okay, so let us go to that presentation again. So I have clicked and dragged category as a dimension and subcategory as another dimension to measure the sum of sales pertaining to those two dimensions. Am I clear? Because this particular topic is a bit complex, so I'm just trying to explain it in a very basic way. So am I making some sense to all the people in this group? Or if you have any questions, you can ask me now. Hello.
Sir, you can proceed, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so suppose if we need to execute more complex operations or calculations by using these two dimensions in Tableau, but not including any other dimensions or measures. In that particular situations, we make use of level of depth expressions. So the level of depth is nothing but the level of depth expressions are used to run complex queries involving many dimensions at the data source level instead of bringing all the data to Tableau interface. Okay, so once we start with the examples, you'll be able to understand this. Okay, so what are the types of level of expressions we have in Tableau? So in Tableau, we have 3 types of LOD expressions, and they are fixed, include, exclude. Okay, so what is meant by an fixed LOD expression? So the fixed LOD expression just computes values using the specific dimensions without reference to any other dimensions in the view. For example, yeah, so we are having, so we just want to know what is the first day that I have onboarded a particular manufacturer within my organization. Or let us consider like I'm having an company, and within my company I'm just selling some category of products, and for those category of products I just want to know the client who has been onboarded first. So what we can do is we can create a blank chart. So before this, let me also explain what is meant by an fixed LOD expression. So what it says is a fixed LOD expression doesn't care about any of the dimensions that you click and drag within Tableau. So the fixed expression will only consider the calculations that you have provided for it to calculate. Okay, so I have created a calculated field for it. We can also view that. Okay, so any fixed calculations or any LOD expressions should follow this particular syntax, which is fixed dimension, and then you have to provide the aggregator, then the measure. Suppose if we want to find what would be the sales for each subcategory of items in my data source. Okay, so we have the category over here. We place the subcategory over here. And we can also say, we can also check like what is going to be the sales. What is the sales of these two dimensions? Now, I just want to find what is the sales for each category. So basically, I just want to find the sum of sales for furniture, sum of sales for office supplies, sum of sales for technology categories. To execute this level of depth calculations, we cannot directly rely upon the built-in functions in Tableau. So you have to rely upon this level of LOD expressions. So let us see how to create a fixed LOD expression. So we have to create a calculated field. Let us call this as sales per category. So any fixed expression should include, or it should start with the keyword fixed, and then you have to provide the dimension for which you are calculating. Then what is the aggregator? Aggregator is nothing but the functions that we are going to execute upon the measure. So now I currently need the sum of sales for each category. And let us see how this would be calculated. Okay, so in this chart, you can see that we have selected only category and subcategory. And for this category and subcategory, the visualization has created a chart, a tabular chart, which shows the sales of both category and subcategory. But if your client or your senior management is interested upon knowing how much is the sales for each and every category, then you cannot rely upon the built-in functionalities in Tableau. So you have to rely upon the expressions. Can you all mute your mic, please? Yeah, thank you. So as the definition says, the expressions computes value using the specified dimensions without referring to any other dimensions in this view. So even if you are going to remove any one of these particular dimensions from this view, this particular field is going to calculate the values for category. But there is a twist in this. If you're going to remove the subcategory, again, you'll be finding the sales per category. And over here, the sales per category is same. Can you say why? Okay, so as I was saying, there is a concept called level of depth in visualization. So this particular visualization is calculating the sales only for category because we have provided only two dimensions. We have provided only the dimension of category, and for this particular category, we have pulled in the measure that has to be calculated over here. Suppose, let us see, I'm just going to also include multiple dimensions to this particular shelf, like subcategory. And if I also want to know the product names, okay, that would be a lot of data. Let us see like how much customers have actually, let us also find the profit. Okay, so whatever dimensions you pull into this view, this fixed LOD expression is only going to calculate the sales per category. This is not going to change at all. Okay, you can see this particular fixed LOD expression is not going to change. But if you are just including any other measures to it, all the measures will actually change according to the dimensions. But this particular fixed LOD expression is not going to change across any of your calculations, and it is just going to remain the same. Okay, so now let's move to what is meant by an include LOD expression. So the second type of LOD expression is include. So this particular include level of detail expression will compute values using the specified dimensions in addition to whatever dimensions that are in the view. Suppose, let us say, I am having only these 2 dimensions over here or 3 dimensions over here. I'm just only having category, subcategory as my second dimension, and manufacturer as my third dimension. And if I want to include, let us say, the profit of this category or profit of subcategory, so you have to rely upon this include LOD expressions. So the expression is already over here. So just give me a minute. So what this particular include LOD expression is doing is, as we all seen, you have to start the syntax with an include keyword. Then you have to say which is the measure, or sorry, which is the dimension that you have to include in this expression. Then comes the aggregator, and at last is the measure. Okay, so this particular include LOD expression is going to calculate sum of sales for all the manufacturers. Sum of sales for the manufacturers. Okay, yeah. So let us see how to create this particular graph, this particular table. So I'm going to click and drag the category, subcategory, and then I'm just going to click and drag the sales, and any calculated field would be indicated with an equal to sign like this. So I'm going to click and drag this include over here. And let us also see whether this particular calculation is correct by just pulling the sales and this. Okay. Okay. So if you could see here, the sales of each manufacturer, the sales of each manufacturer is this. So basically the measure will consider the last dimension for calculation. Any doubts? Do you have any doubts here? Hello?
Yes, the sales value and included values are same, then why we have to include this one?
Okay. So in Tableau, like it is just like you are grouping all the data over here. So so we are just dragging and dropping this category, right? So whenever you just drag and drop the category and the measure over here, what it actually does is, this is just going to calculate the sales of your category. The reason to include LOD expression is, so whenever you change the dimensions, this include LOD expression is going to also concatenate that the dimension which you have provided for calculation. So this particular include is actually not going to change anything. It is just going to sum the manufacturer's sales rather than just depending upon the other dimensions. For example, if we are going to click and drop this category dimension, and if you want to visualize the sum of sales for all these categories, it is going to be it is going to produce a table like this. And we can, if you're going to include the subcategory, the last dimension would be the would actually get the precedence of calculations. So what we are seeing here is sum of sales for the subcategories grouped by categories. Got it? And if we want to include just give me a minute. I think there is some error happening my side. This calculation is actually turning out wrong values. Okay, so the concept here is whatever expression calculations you declare, that wouldn't be changed. So whenever you are just going to add any sort of dimensions, whatever the dimensions are, but the expression value would remain constant. Let us also see one more example to explain this. Let us click and drop the category over here. Let us click and drop the subcategory over here. Let us also use the manufacturers, and then let us see what is the sales of the manufacturer, total sales of all these things. We can click and drop in column. Okay, and we are going to include our expression, LOD expression to this. Okay, so the concept here is whenever you have declared or whenever you are going to use the expressions, the LOD expressions, the defined LOD expressions will only depend upon the dimensions values that you have declared for calculation. Fine. Okay, so let us go to the next type, which is exclude. So this exclude level of detail expression is going to exclude the dimensions, or it is going to omit the dimensions from the view level of details. So whenever you add any dimensions, if you're going to declare omit this particular dimension, then that is going to omit that particular dimension from calculation. We can also see an example for exclude. Let us see, let us click and drag the category, subcategory, category, subcategory, and let us see what is the sales. Okay, now here let us actually write an exclude LOD expression to omit subcategory from the calculation. Can you see the calculated results? So this is actually excluding the subcategory dimension and calculating the sum of sales for category. In a similar way, we can also try for include. We can include, so we can click and drag the dimension category. We can click and drag the subcategory, and we can write an expression to include sum of sales of manufacturer. Let's go to analysis, create calculated field, include manufacturer. So any expression should start with this curly braces, followed by the keyword, which is include. Then comes the dimension, which has to be included. That is manufacturer. Then is the aggregator, sum, because we just need to calculate the sum of sales for manufacturer. Okay. So if there is going to be any errors, you are going to find an this particular pop-up would occur, like expected curly braces following the expressions. So only if the expressions are completely error-free, this pop-up window will try to, or this particular pop-up window will allow you to proceed further. Okay, now let us include this here. Okay, so here what this particular sheet is calculating is, this is actually calculating, this is actually including category, subcategory, but we haven't included the manufacturer to the view, but we are calculating the sum by including the manufacturer's data and displaying it in the view. Getting the point? So we haven't included manufacturers to this particular view of detail, but we have included to calculate the sum of sales of manufacturer through the LOD expression, and we are utilizing that calculation directly in this view. If we are going to include the manufacturer, then you can explicitly see the result. And if you're going to also include the sum of this manufacturer, then you can explicitly see the result. You see, the sum of manufacturer, sorry, the sum of sales of manufacturer is over here, but we did not include the manufacturer dimensions to the view, but the LOD expression automatically includes the manufacturer dimension, and it executes calculation also including manufacturer dimension along with the category and the subcategory dimensions to produce the view. Any questions till now? So this is a bit complex to understand, and if you have any queries, please raise your hand or just please put your questions now. Any questions?
Hello.
Yeah.
So in which scenario we have to do this include and exclude things?
Can you please repeat?
In which scenario or in which condition when we have to apply this include and exclude? What is the major role or main role playing this include exclude in this?
Okay. So let us have a scenario that in your table, you want to calculate the sales per customer, or if you want to calculate the sales of a particular region without showing that specific dimension in the view. Okay, so in this particular view, we are having 3 dimensions over here. That is the category, subcategory, and manufacturer to find out the sales of the manufacturer. Suppose consider, I just don't want to show this manufacturer dimension in the view, but I have to make calculations by including the manufacturer sales data. Then this LODs will be very, very helpful. Let us remove this, okay? Let us remove this and let us actually just only do this. So basically, I have included only 2 dimensions over here, but I have to execute calculations by also including another dimension, but that specific dimension should not be included in my view. In those scenarios, we highly rely upon these LOD expressions. So we are having only these 2 dimensions in the view, but we are executing calculations at the data source level by also including another dimension as a parameter. So during such situations, this LOD expressions will be very helpful. Okay, clear? Or still do you have any more queries? Okay. So we have seen like how to write an LOD expression. So any LOD expression should follow this particular syntax. The syntax is curly braces, keyword, dimension, aggregator, and then the measure. So the keywords are nothing but fixed, include, exclude. The dimensions are nothing but any conceptual informations within your data source table. That is might be region, customer name over here, or whatever it is. Aggregator is nothing but any logical or arithmetic operations that you have that you are executing in your measure. So this is a very small topic, but we can also use these LOD expressions to execute any complex calculations in the Tableau.
DQ तो చేస్తే అవుతాం DQ तो చేస్తే అవుతాం DQ तो చేస్తే
Niharika ma'am, are you asking anything? If you're asking doubts, please come online and ask. We can't hear you properly. Okay, I think you can go ahead, sir. It was a mistake, I think.
Okay, so let us start with some demos. So now let us see like we can create a geographical map by utilizing an fixed LOD expression. Okay, so to create a map, you have to choose dimensions that represents the geographical informations. So over here, let us select this region over here. Yes, and then select this map. The rendering is very slow in my PC. I don't know like what happened with my PC today. Okay. Okay. So we are going to create a particular map chart similar to this one. And this particular map chart is going to display, or we are going to view the sum of categories by region. Okay. So since all our data are from United States, only this particular map is chosen by default by the Tableau. And to create this particular chart, you have to click and drag any dimensions that is a group that has a data type of geographical informations. Okay. Let us then pull in the sales in size. So do you all know like how to create a map chart in Tableau? Hello. Okay. So click and drag the regions yeah. So can you all do it along with me? Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So first what you do is, let us start fresh from the beginning. So to create a map chart, you have to click and drag this country and regions. Country and region in the row. Then go to show me, select the map. Can you get this map view in your Tableau? Please respond. Please provide a
Yes, sir.
response so that like I can actually continue.
Yes.
Just
Yes, sir.
click. Okay, fine. Now we need countries and states. So just go and click upon the small plus hierarchy button. What you can see under the marks. Getting this view? Then click upon the click and drag the profits to the color. Getting this view till now? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this particular map chart depicts us the sum of profit across country and state. Since the only country information in a data source is United States, the visualization engine automatically picks up and focuses only upon the United States country, and it has highlighted the profits across each and every state. So if you could hover on each and every state over here, the tooltip shows what is the profit of each and every state. And you can anytime change the color by clicking upon this edit colors option. You can have it as red to black diverging, and we can just click to apply. Okay, suppose if you want to have another map chart in the same view, then just click and duplicate this latitude. Just press Control and just everything is very slow today. I don't know why. Okay, then let me click it from here. Yeah. Are you getting this particular view? I don't know like what is happening to my PC today, because like if you can we can directly click and drag it from here, but it is not actually working, and hence I have included a new
Yes, sir.
dimension to this particular rows. And for this latitude, we are having 2 latitudes, right? And these informations can be found out over here. You could see under the marks there will be 3 tabs. One is all, the first latitude information, and the second latitude information. So let me only delete this from here. Okay. So for the second chart, we are going to calculate the sum of sales. So I'm just clicking the sum of sales and I'm dropping into the sizes over here. And I'm marking it as pi. Okay, so what we are doing here is we are going to create a map chart, and this first map chart is going to calculate the sum of profits across the state, and the second map is going to calculate the sum of sales, and we are just going to combine these 2 views into a single view. So are you getting this particular view in your PC right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to combine these 2 maps into a single map. Let me categorize this using my category. Yeah. Okay. So to combine any sort of individual graph into a single graph, there is an option known as dual axis. So just click on the second pill in the rows shelf and say as dual axis. Getting this view?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what we have done is we first created two map views separately to view the profit across states and sum of sales for each category across the states. And now we are going to make these two separate views into a single view by making use of an option named dual axis. So what this dual axis does is, this dual axis finds the correlating aspects between the two charts or the two visualizations to make them into or to aggregate them into a single view. So what we are going to do is we are going to aggregate, or we are going to combine the second individual map chart to the first chart. So hence we have to click on the latitude pill of the second map chart and click on this dual axis option in order to combine the second chart into the first chart. Now, what data visualized here are, this complete map is color coded with the profits across the region. And for each and every state, we can also view the sum of sales by category. If you just hover on a particular state over here in the tooltip, it says that Texas is having a profit of $25,729. But this is just an overall consolidation. If I want to know what is the sales of individual category of items, then I can just hover upon this pie chart. You could see here, right? So the category says the furniture is having a sum of sales of $60,593, and the technology is having a sales of $65,104, and the office supplies category is having a sales of $44,491. So with Tableau, you can create n number of visualization views, but the only concept here is you have to practice and practice a lot. There is a hell lot of things into this Tableau, and we have just seen very basic and very minimal requirement that what a group has to understand before kickstarting or before using the Tableau. Yeah, with this, I'm just ending my session. So if you have any questions, you can actually ask me.
Participants, if you have any doubts, please unmute yourself and you can ask him. He's ready to address you. Anybody, any doubts?
Sir,
Yes.
as of now, we are all clear about by using these kind of Tableau options, by using the data set, sales data set, right, sir?
Yeah.
I'm keep on asking about some kind of healthcare data, that is in this pandemic, COVID data set can be done like this, sir?
Of course.
Can
Like,
do this.
yes, of course. If we are having the healthcare data set, by using healthcare data set, we can also visualize the number of infected patients across a certain region.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can do it. We can do it.
Can you do that for us, sir? If possible, not compulsory.
So I'm currently not having that particular data set in my included in my
Okay, sir.
data source. Yeah.
Okay, sir. No problem. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Because all the trainers would use a Superstore dataset because this is readily available within Tableau. So you don't need to create anything new. So the
Okay.
Superstore dataset is by default available in your Tableau
Okay,
training
sir.
module. And that's why we actually pick the Superstore to produce any views.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else? Any more doubts?
If we have some time, we can also see one more chart in a similar way in the concept of dual axis.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. We can go ahead.
Okay, fine. So this particular chart actually shows the sum of profit, sum of sales by order date. Okay. So my senior management is asking for an visualization data. Like I just want to know what is the profit across the order dates. So now let us see how to create this particular chart. So to create any dual axis, you have to select the required parameters. If you could see here, the most important aggregator for this chart is the order date. Okay, so click and drag the order date in the column. Order date in the column, because we need, so this is year by default. So if you want to change this, you have to click on the small drop down button over here. Just click it. It will show the options. So by default, it will combine with the year. So you can actually change to quarter if you want, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. You can actually view your sale data by month or by date. Okay. And the formats would be given over here. So I just need only date. Okay. Now we are going to include two other measures, profit and sales. Sales, okay, and then profit. And then profit, yeah. If you see here, this chart is created as two independent line charts in this particular view. Now the requirement is I have to fuse them into a single chart. Go click the second measure fill, which is sum of profit, and click on dual axis. Okay, and here you can also now the profit and sales are combined into a single view based on the order date. You can find the order date in the horizontal axis, and in the vertical axis towards my left you can find the sum of sales, and towards my extreme right you can see the sum of profit. And if you want to change the colors of these lines, you can click edit colors, and you can explicitly specify what the color of profit should be and what the color of sales should actually be. And if you want to include any labels to this particular chart, you can also do that. But here it would be clumsy because like we are comparing two dimension parameters. Are you trying it in your end? Can you find the dual axis option from the Tableau?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. We can move to the next chart. All this information should be available in the internet. I just want you to know how to use the dual axis and which measure pill you have to select in order to combine both the charts into a single chart. That's all. You can also change this into a circle if required. And you can also change your profits as a scatter plot. You can change it as in square or whatever it is. For now, we can have it as a line. So are you getting like how to create a dual axis chart by comparing two measurements? Okay, we'll see one more chart and we'll just wind up the session. We'll see how to create this scatter pie. So in the previous session, you have seen how to create a scatter chart, right? So how much dimensions and measures are required to create a scatter chart view in Tableau? Any guesses? Okay, so to create this particular scatter chart, let us use the LOD expressions. Okay. So I am going to create two calculated fields which calculates different measures for me, but I'm not going to bring those dimensions into the view of the worksheet. Okay, so now I have already created these two calculated fields. Let me just edit and show you, just to just considering the interest of time. Okay. Okay. Profit for state is one of the calculated field which I have created. So this profit of state is going to calculate the sum of profit for each and every state as how we have seen the maps view. So in the maps view, we have the country, and then the second level of detail is the state, and the third level of detail is the profits across the states, and the fourth level of detail is the sum of sales by category. In a similar way, what am I going to do is I am going to create a scattered pie chart. Hello, please mute yourself. So I'm just going to create a scattered pie chart which calculates the profit and sum for each and every state. Okay, and to create this, you have to create an calculated field. Okay, let us start creating it. Create a calculated field to calculate profit per state. Profit per state. Okay, so what we're going to say is we are going to have fixed, we are going to use fixed LOD expression. And then I think we can view this calculation over here itself. We are going to use the fixed LOD expression, and the dimension is state. We are going to calculate the sum of profit for each and every state. This is one calculated field which you have to create to calculate the sum of profit across states. So the second calculated field which we require to create this graph is the sum of sales across the region. So to create a sum of sales, again, you have to create a similar calculated field. Okay, saying that sum of sales across the regions. This is profit, and I'm just searching for sum. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Yeah. So here also we are going to use the LOD expression. So what we are saying here is calculate the sum of sales for each and every state. Okay, you have to create these two calculated fields to create this particular graph. Just click and drop sum of states and profit of states. Profit of states over here, and then change it to scatter plot and click and drag some of the other dimensions to get some details. We can include category, sum of sales, and states. Category, sum of sales, sum of sales by states, and then states over here. Have you clicked and dragged these into this particular card? So once you include all these details in this particular marks, you will be getting this particular view. Thank you. So do you have any more doubts or queries or questions?
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. The same question which we have asked in the previous session. How to export this particular type of charts, different type of charts to our Word or something else, sir?
Okay. Okay. So one option is you can export this complete sheets as a worksheet, as how you do in the Excel. Okay, so you can actually export this complete package into a workbook. You can export these complete charts into a PowerPoint by just clicking upon export as PPT. Let me say this. Go to files and you see export as PowerPoint, right? So we just click on this export as PowerPoint. It will ask whether to export only this view or the complete dashboard or the complete story. Since we are not having dashboards and story over here, I'm just going to export this particular view into PPT. And it is already saved in documents. Okay. Let me.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir. Actually, we are.
Yeah.
That's why we don't get such options what you have. So for trial version, we cannot export, sir.
No, we can export. Just give me a minute. In this PC, we have just exported this particular view to an PowerPoint presentation. It's here. Seeing it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Super. Yes, sir.
It's just very easy.
Thank you.
So Tableau is just like similar to Windows. Just click, drag, and then export. but the complexity lies in the calculations. You can see this graph over here in the PowerPoint. You just need not to cut, copy, paste, or do anything. Just go to files, export as PowerPoint. That's all. We can also export the
Yes, sir.
complete Tableau workbook as a PowerPoint, but since this is a trial version, I believe it is not allowing us to do a complete export of all the views. Any other questions?
Participants, do you have any questions, any doubts? You have any doubts? Sir is with us to answer you. Okay. Okay, I think everybody is clear, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for all your valuable insights. Your insights gave us a new perspective on expressions and charts, and we'll surely adopt it and utilize them, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, participants. And I knew like this is just a minimal information which is required for each and every data analyst or the data researchers to start using the Tableau. So if you have any other doubts, or if you want to create any complex charts, views, expressions, calculations, I think you can reach to me in person. I think we will be having a lot to discuss if you can reach me in person.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for your kind gesture, sir. Thank you.